Bizarre Brain Comics. Oh, hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. And this is where I like to take a look at some old comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. Well, this time I want to take a look at something a little different. I have a stack of 10 books, a couple of hardbacks, and mostly paperback, trade paperback, graphic albums, and graphic novels, and the like. And we'll take a little look at some of these, shall we? I'm going to start with this one, Masters of the Universe, Golden Books. This is the Sunbird Legacy. This is from 1983. I didn't even realize that. I'd completely forgotten that I had this. I don't even know if I'd ever read it before I started reading it now. But it's possible because it's so old. With this great Earl Norham painted cover. And take a look on the backside. You can see it a little better without the masthead on it. And of course, Norm was one of the artists who did for many years was doing the painted covers for Savage Sword of Conan. And this was, like I said, 1983 Golden Books. Done Masters of the Universe before, both comics and in the Golden Books, those smaller books that are virtually comics. But this, I was surprised. This is an actual graphic novel. You can see, and this is, yeah, this is written by Roger Mackenzie. You know him. Illustrated by Adrian Gonzalez and Fred Carrillo. So you can, and it's a full actual comics, full, and so this is real early stuff. Nice artwork, and the story is kind of similar but different from one that from some years later, from the golden books that I've shown before. That may well have been written by Mackenzie as well. I don't know. Again, have a look at this one here. Mighty Marvel Team Up Thrillers, and trade paperback. This is from, and I covered it up, and this is from 1983. You can see trade paperback, and it doesn't have a signature on the cover painting, but I think it's Bob Larkin. Reasonably sure it's Bob Larkin did the cover painting. And of course, it shows so many of the stories that are in here. Of course, presented by Stan Lee, because he didn't do the writing. Some really nice stuff from the years. This is what. The Silver Surfer. This has got Loki, so this must be the Surfer and Thor. And then, yeah, Surfer and Thor. It's like John Buscema artwork. And with real early Don Heck, Captain America and Iron Man team up. Back here, of course, the Hulk and the Thing, and you can see they're all here, including the Spider-Man Red Sonja team up that I did previously. Has a where is it? There it is. The early Daredevil and Spider-Man. It was done by Steve Ditko, and it's the yellow costume for Daredevil. Then we have Son of Origins of Marvel Comics. This is from 1975. And this is a Fireside book. Again, by Stan Lee, even though he probably didn't do all the writing. And of course, this is a follow-up to Origins of Marvel Comics, which I think I've got elsewhere. Of course, text introduction, if I can get prologue, introduction, and then all kinds of stuff. There's some Origin of Daredevil with the yellow costume, drawn by Bill Everett, and some really nice work there. And Thor and Loki. This is, I think, Origin of the Avengers. Yeah, the Avengers. And the Iron Man Origin. Also drawn and inked by Don Heck. Some early stuff. This is some really nice stuff. I think it's coming out of because he had been doing some romance comics. Even has the Watcher. And as you can see, all of those right there. Then we go to Jon Sable Freelance, and by Mike Grell. This is from 1985, correction, 87. It's reprinting the first 5 or 6 issues of the Jon Sable Freelance monthly title he did. And this is when his art really started to shine, a more illustrative thing. And you get to see a lot of stuff about Jon Sable. Yeah, there's a picture of Mike Grell without the beard. I met him briefly several years ago at a convention. Then we go to Saber. This is an early form of graphic novel. This is from 1979. It's the second printing, second edition. Written by Don McGregor and drawn by Paul Gulacy. You can see it's all one color. It's a wraparound cover. I don't know if you can see that very well because it is pale. It's all black and white, but it has, what you can see is some great Paul Gulacy art. And of course, after this, the success of this, Saber, they had a regular Saber title for a year or so. I don't think it was as good as this, but and of course, Paul Gulacy had did a lot on Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. That's where he really shined. And here, I think I've shown this before in a different context. The Dick Tracy case book, Favorite Adventures from 1931 to 1990, and this book is from 1990. And it's selected by Max Allan Collins and Dick Lochner, because they were the writer and artist on the Dick Tracy comic strip at that time. So this has several adventures in it. And of course, I've talked about Max Allan Collins before many times because he's known for his mystery novels. Has done stuff for movies, done novelizations. He's even done like Road to Perdition. He wrote the graphic novel that the movie was based on. Then he wrote the prose novelization of the movie that was based on the graphic novel that he wrote. You can see some of the Dick Tracy. They're all pretty small from over the years. This is some. This was later on. This is during the time when they were doing it, I think. Yeah. And I love Dick Tracy stuff. I have several books. Then we have After Image. After Image. What is this? Is from. Yeah, that was 90. This is 1978. This is reprinting work from Frank Bruner. And it has cover painting. Very fantasy, mysterious cover painting there. And then has a back painting by Frank Bruner. Of course, he did Howard the Duck, best known for his Doctor Strange. And it has a text forward with some photographs of young Frank Bruner among the text. And we see some of his Doctor Strange work there. And then some nice stuff. It's some really nice drawings. Some of the pictures here are just pencil, and some are are just drawings. Some, like here's a real very lovely nude in pencil. And center spread, a nice painting. Very lovely painting. And here he has several pages of some common stuff. Sword and Sorcery. I recognize the story, but I can't think of the name of it. It is an adaptation of an actual Robert E. Howard story. No text or no dialogue in this. Whether it was for publication or not, I don't know. And some more of his stuff. Some really, really nice stuff. Frank Bruner. That was 78. Here we go. Then we go to Michael Moorcock's Elric of Melnebony. This is by Roy Thomas, with pencils by artwork by P. Craig Russell and Michael T. Gilbert. And this is reprinting the floppy comic book adaptation, and then done here in graphic novel form. And this is real. Not not the first. This is not the first Elric done in comics, but probably the first graphic novels of Elric. It's nice artwork, very heavily stylized, and really brings the fantasy flavor of Michael Moorcock. Now this one, next one, is not a comic. This is a book. This is Milt Caniff, Rembrandt of the Comic Strip, by Rick Marshall and John Paul Adams. And this is about cartoonist Milt Caniff, who created about him and his art. This has a brief biography in there, and it's mostly about his artwork. Of course, he did best known for Terry and the Pirates. Mail Call for during the war, which I did a thing on, and did an episode on, and what's his name? Steve Canyon, which I did an episode on. I still haven't done Terry and the Pirates yet, but you can see some of his early work filtered in amongst all the text. There's a famous photograph of Milt Caniff. Of course, he's been dead for many years now. See some of, again, just some of his work. Too many pictures there, too many photographs there. Some commercial art and illustrations and the like. And then we're going to finish it up here with this book, Film Fantasy Scrapbook. And this is stuff done by Ray Harryhausen. This book, it was originally published in 1972, and then this edition is from 1974 with added material. And the stuff that was added was for Sinbad and Golden Voyage of Sinbad. That's what it was. And and it's not, whoops, not just about the movies, but it's, or not just stills from the movies, but they have a lot of stills from here are some of his inspirations. Of course, King Kong, Ray Harryhausen, if you don't know, did all those great stop motion animation stuff from the 40s and 50s and 60s and through the 70s. And his last film was Clash of the Titans in, what was it, 82? I think it was, and that was a masterpiece. That's the original, and it shows stills from. Is this stuff? Yeah, stills from some of the movies he's worked on and projects, and some of the conceptual art. So this is some really nice artwork here. That's from the front. A whole bunch of stuff. I think that's from Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. I think. I can't see it, so I don't know. Yeah, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. The First Men in the Moon. And see some, and here, yeah. And here's some Golden Voyage of Sinbad. I loved that movie. Actually, I saw that long before I ever saw Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. It's both stills and artwork. And then here on the back, if you can see it, I don't know about glare or not, photograph of Ray Harryhausen with one of his models and a bunch of photographs, some of the artwork, production artwork from the movies. So that is what I've got to share with you this time. Some fun stuff. And I hope you enjoyed that. So please like, share, and subscribe. And do leave your comments down below. What do you think of Ray Harryhausen and all these other things? Let me know in the comments below, okay? And remember, comics are art.